Hello, my name is Jose Bendana, and welcome to my Week 7 Philadelphia Eagles prediction. Last week, I was completely wrong. We went to the Raiders' home, and the Coliseum collapsed on us, really. The Oakland Raiders put a little butt whooping on us. It was a horrible game. It was horrible. 13-9 to the Oakland Raiders. I was completely wrong. I thought it was going to be a blowout, but right before the game started, I got that little bad feeling. That bad feeling that the Philadelphia Eagles were going to lose that game. From the start, just wasn't good. We were running the ball good at first, but Andy Reid, always acting like Andy Reid, we ended up throwing the ball 52 times last week. That's what made our demise. That's what brought us to a 13-9 loss. That's why we're 3-2 and we're in second place in NFC East. But we have a big stretch here. We got the Redskins, the Giants, and the Cowboys. NFC East schedule starts now. This is tough football coming up. Tough football, hashes to hashes, tough, knocking your teeth out, making it cold, and just going crazy football. That's what it's about. NFC East rivalries. And this game coming up on Monday night, McNabb's coming back. Right now, he's going to perform. Especially with Jim Zorn and the Redskins being all this scrutiny. Is the coach going to finish the season or not? Nobody knows. So, we're going to put a little butt whooping on the Redskins this week. You better oink oink the Redskins because they're going to be out of here after Monday Night Football game. The things I want to talk about is Omar Gase's out for the season. He surgery on his left foot. He's gone. So we brought in a guy from the St. Louis Rams. He's going to be number 50. His name is Will Weatherspoon. People probably remember him from the Carolina Panthers. A really good linebacker. He switched over. He used to play right linebacker. Now he's playing middle now. And another thing I want to watch out for is the Eagles' D-line is going to take out frustrations this week on an injured, depleted Redskins offensive line. So look for Trent Cole versus the offensive line tackle, Stephen Hayer. Trent Cole will own Stephen Hayer. Will own him. I'm saying Trent Cole is going to get probably 2 sacks or 3 sacks this game. So watch out for that. Another thing I want to look for, Asante Samuels has 4 interceptions. Sheldon Brown has 3. Hakeem Jordan has 2 INTs. So total, the Philadelphia Eagles lead all teams with the most interceptions. They have 11. So everybody look at that too. That's a great stat to pull out during the party. Now you pull out the Eagles got the number 1 interceptions in the NFL. So pull that stat out if you guys want to sound a little football genius there. But don't forget to say that Jose told you. But another thing is that the Redskins are 0-3 on the road, but 2-1 at home. The Eagles are 1-1 on the road. So another thing you gotta watch out that the Eagles had only 14 rushing attempts last week, and the rushing game was doing all right. Brian Westbrook had a pretty good game last week. I think he had a total of 172 total yards. He actually was having a good game. And another thing, Deshaun Jackson had a great game too. And we just, I don't know, you know how Andy Reid is. He abandons the running game so quickly. He's a throw happy guy. You know what I mean? He loves throwing the ball. Him and Marty just love passing plays. So we're just a passing team, and that's never gonna change. So, but hopefully, Brian Westbrook came out to newspapers this week and said that he wants the ball. He wants more touches. So hopefully, Andy Reid and Marty listen to him and give him the ball more because he will tear up the Redskins defense. And another thing is the Eagles, just like I just said, need to establish a running attack to become successful. And another thing, Trent Cole has 4.5 sacks. He's number 5 at NFC through 5 games. The Eagles have 33 penalties too. We need to stop with the penalties. I don't know what they're blaming on, if they're young or they're injured or something like that, but these penalties need to stop. And the Eagles are in the past 10 years, the Eagles are 12-8 against the Redskins. 7-3 at FedEx Stadium. So we kind of own them at their own house. So we own that house. FedEx Stadium's our stadium, actually, but the Redskins is playing it. They rent it from us. That's what I say. But another thing, last year we were 0-2 against the Redskins. The Redskins kind of owned us last year. We still made the playoffs, and we lost both games by a touchdown or less. We lost the first game at Lincoln Financial, 23-17, and we lost at FedEx Stadium, 10-3. Everybody remembers that game last year. That was like the second to last game. We actually really needed to win that game, but somehow we got help last year, and we still made the playoffs because Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers, lost. Jeff Garcia blew it, and we ended up sneaking in the playoffs with a 9-6-1 record. But last year, losing by a touchdown or less in both games, that was tough. So this week, we have to come out firing. Another thing is that Westbrook has 184 yards. He's averaging 4.8 yards per carry this year. So they need to give him the ball. And he's got a touchdown, and McCoy's got a touchdown. McCoy's actually averaging 3.9 yards per carry. That's pretty good too. McNabb is number 6 in passer rating. He's 93.8. So he's having a pretty good year already. He just had a horrible game last week. And I like the way his leadership was. He came out at the press conference and said it was a disgusting game. He puts all the blame on himself. That's a good leader. Everybody remember that. McNabb is a great leader. He will always put the blame on himself. Another thing is that Brent Selleck is 5th in NFC with 378 yards. He averages 12.6 yards a catch. He's got 2 TDs and 30 receptions. Deshaun Jackson is the number 1 punt returner in the NFL right now. In the NFC and the NFL. He's averaging 15.8 yards per return. Deshaun Jackson, Action Jackson is the man. And also, Deshaun Jackson's got 19 receptions for 354 yards and 2 TDs and 18.6 yards per catch. So Deshaun Jackson and Brent Selleck are the threats out there, and Jeremy Maclin is coming along. So everything's looking great right now for this game. Another thing is that all time versus the Washington Redskins, we are 66, 79, and 6, including the playoffs. This is the first division matchup of the year for Philadelphia. It's a 3-game stretch against the NFC East foes. I try to say, like, the enemies, they're my rivals. I hate these 3 teams that we play the next couple of weeks. I hate them. And watch out for Santana Moss and Clinton Portis. We have to stop the rushing game, and we have to get to Jason Campbell or Todd Collins. Whoever starts, doesn't matter. The Eagles will attack them. Sean McDermott will be blitzing, for the honor of Jim Johnson or, rest in peace, our defensive coordinator that passed away in July, right before the season. So everybody, that's why they wear the JJ in the back of the helmet. If everybody wanted to, if anybody was asking about that. But this season is dedicated to Jim Johnson. Another thing is that Omar Gates is out for the season. We got Will Witherspoon coming in, middle linebacker. So that's a big thing. Another thing is that the Eagles' D is number 1 in interceptions. I said that 11 already. 11 interceptions through 5 games. The Eagles are 2-1 when scoring if the Eagles score first, they're 2-1 this season, and the Eagles are 3-0 when leading after halftime. So that's what we need to do. We need to just jump on them early and just crush them, And McNabb, another thing. McNabb, he needs 1 more touchdown to get his 200th touchdown. He needs 68 yards to have 30,000 yards passing too. And McNabb can become the 1 out of 4 players in NFL history to have 30,000 passing yards, 200 passing TDs, 3,000 rushing yards, and 20 rushing TDs. 1 out of 4 players McNabb can be. That's a great milestone to pay attention to. So, another thing is that, we need to win this game. My prediction is going to be 21-10 Philadelphia. It's going to be a tough game. It's always, the NFC East games are tough. So, everybody watch that. Another thing I want to say is, how about them freaking Phillies? Back to back, baby. Phillies are incredible. At least we have one championship team in Philadelphia. We got to say that Philadelphia back to back. Everybody watch the World Series next week. It starts Wednesday. So pray to God that I want to play the Yankees. I wouldn't mind playing the Angels because we'll beat the crap out of the Angels, but I would like to play the Yankees because you want to beat the best. You want to beat the gold standard, So my prediction is 21-10 Philadelphia. Everybody pay attention to them stats because that's what we need to do. Establish a running game and not pass much. Pass only when we need to. And just start shoving it down our throats because we got a big stretch here. We got Washington, the Giants, and Dallas. Hopefully we win. Remember, everybody believe in green. Eagles! Eagles! Woo!